Best deck is probably energy. Yeah, Ring was the best card against energy, despite being played in energy as well, and there's no Ring now, so energy actually net benefits. It's actually the truth. And Mox Opal and Faithless Looting were actually distractions that Maro thrown our direction. Which are very fun distractions. So I don't mind that. The Raptor was not clearly good to me, right? It was not clearly a great card in the deck. My hand contains 0 playable cards, which is not true, but it contains no good moves. O, pierdolę, i znowu? Co to jest? I mean, it's close to being great. So it needs a land in top 2, basically. That also produces colored mana. If I draw a Darksteel Citadel or Saga, I can cycle Kozilek's command, which I guess is not nothing. This is already a multi-6. Is Blade a good draw? It kind of is. Is Mishra's Bubble a good draw? Not really. Is Ballista? No. Is Mite a good draw? Sort of. It's 20 lands. It might be better than Mooling. Probably I'll keep it and I'll put back the Rumble. But I'm fairly unsure. The Saga can turn into a Mox Opal as well, so I can regain the mana afterwards, and moving to 5 is just a bit too brutal for my tastes. Alright, I drew a land, so I can play the Temple into Springleaf Drum, into play the Fleshraker strings next turn, so it all seems to work out relatively fine. If opponent plays a turn 2 frog, I can't kill it, but maybe later on. Surveilling a land. Do I mind trading Fleshraker for a counterspell? I don't think so. I think not playing around counterspell by not summoning it seems a little bit too passive, and sometimes they play ways to spend mana, be it Bowmasters or whatnot. Counterspell, sure. So I can make constructs next turn. Mill the Psychic Frog so they can unearth it if they want to. If they have unearth. I have not tried playing creativity recently. But it's a fine deck. Just sounds wild to say that it's the best. To me. Let's take Mox. So I can play 2 Broodscales next turn.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Or I have 2 green for Broodscale in general. This fetches the sword. Blade. I need to adapt to make the Broodscale really pop off anyways, so maybe I'll just end up making constructs anyways, but having more green seems useful for Broodscaling. Have I played Goblin since Unbounce? I have not. What's Goblin? Yeah, so they keep mana. Breezy Day, thank you very much for the sub. Construct died. Fail push out of the way. I summon Basking Broodscale. I equip sword. Oh, I shoot the sheriff. Okay. Sheriff has been shot. So we make infinite mana and we Kozilek's command draw Fleshraker from our deck or another blade, doesn't matter. And we win. Simple and easy. So Duva put 3 Dismembers in the sideboard, which might very well be useful in the matchup against Frog and Ochulus. Ochulus typically doesn't run things to Boseiju, so I'll play Paths of the Dead instead of Boseiju's. Walking Ballista seems kinda weak against their deck. He was looking for a card that kills Frog on 2, identifying that as an issue. No to wieża Dismember. Wykurwia Walking Ballista i kurwa Mietek useless. What can we do about Meltdown or something? Some people splash for that. We didn't see red land, so I guess I'll just not care. And it's also not a big deal. I just have Mox played. Springleaf Drum. Soulgate Lantern might be worse than a Walking Ballista. Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble. It's a 4 stack. Oh, that was a sound that Tofulek made from the other room, which I'll ignore and let him be untaken care of. Because I'm busy streaming and working hard to earn money to feed him, so I should respect that. Oh, I guess switching to triple Path of the Dead means that casting Steerings and Rumbles might be a little bit challenging, but Kozilek's command into make a spawn. Oh no, my green source. Podsizer. Dobra, dajemy. Serio wyjąłeś lanterna na graveyard deck za bombla na 2 fony, co wysajdował? Znak zapytania. No serio. Graveyard deck. O kurwa, co? Did I point misclick there? Malevolent Rumble? Choice? Seems like Kozilek's command was not good enough. Can name Eldrazi. Just make constructs and I guess grab Mox Opal or Springleaf Drum. Abym w kurwę chciał Soulgate Lantern na mój przeciwnika Graveyard Deck, co na kurwia grobem od... O kurwa, pierwsza grobowa karta się pojawiła. We did cast a Spell Pierce. Kozilek's commandoing, the frog seems okay. Kozilek's commanded the Frog makes spawns. It's pretty good. The Mystic Forge. They did go 4th season Rumble for no reason, which might indicate second Pierce. All the things combined in this this game. Turn 1 Pierce, turn 2 Fotsies with a mana up, turn 3 Frogshare. So the alternative would be to make constructs and grabbing Mox, casting strings for a land, and then actually ignoring Spell Pierce fully while still probably winning, so makes sense. They only have blue up somehow. Question mark. Bro, why aren't you Kozilek's commanding my frog? Why haven't you Kozilek's commanded my frog yet? Is it really so hard? Yeah, seems like it is so hard. I'll get Mox Opal. Although there's some arguments for grabbing the Springleaf Drum. Because if I stare into a Mox Opal, it's better. And I have 4 Mox Opals, and I wouldn't mind a Mox Opal. It's actually a good one to stare into. Don't force him to fly. And I'll likely find a land, so let's just get the Mox Opal. It's like a simpler and likely better play. We have both Drum and a land available. So now I'll grab the forest. And Blade of the Bloodchief. Consign. Well, it wasn't a Spell Pierce. So if this attacks, my opponent can block and ditch 2 cards. It seems about to attack. Because then they attack me. They might want to ditch cards anyways to attack. Or they'll just make it fly. Well, come on, I think the song is about the wordplay between like both of those things. The double meaning. Really smart lyrics for what it's worth. Alright, just no attack. Cavern of Souls should work on Kozilek's command. Unfortunately, it does not. This boosts my constructs and they attack us 4/4, so I have to ditch 3 cards. Could stare and bramble, find more artifacts to play them. Tylko, że nie mam Soul Guide'a do znalezienia, nie, a to jest najlepsze. Co ja mogę zrobić w tym momencie? Kozilek's command in their turn might be useful. 1, 2, to potrzeba 3 many. 4 many. W sensie 3 z Eldrazi Temple, raz, 2. Dobra. Nie chcę mi się tutaj kminić tak w chuj, bo wygląda na to, że jest zajebiście, niezależnie od tego, co zrobię. Zagram sobie Rumbla. Keep Kozilek's Commando. Point counter spelling my Rumble. Sure. I can attack now. Because they have to ditch 3 cards. Dobra. Pushed. I wonder if I want to make the spawns overdrawing with Mystic Forge and Steering still in hand. The most scary thing that my opponent can do is summoning an Ochulus. If they summon an Ochulus, I do want more mana. Perhaps, but if I get Thought Seized and Counterspell, I can also be left with nothing, so I think we'll manage against Ochulus. We exile. Draw. We can also remove cards, but that sounds bad. Sounds real bad against the graveyard deck. Bottom, probably top the strings, steerings. Murktide. That's 8 points of power and they get to hold up consign, so maybe that's gonna be a bit challenging, but let's go Mystical Forge. No consign. Steer. I think I'm inclined to take a land. The decision between Eldrazi Temple and Citadel is a bit interesting, but I think this just seems better. Rumble. Don't really want to draw Rumble next turn either, so I'll remove it. Drawing a land is fine next turn. Maybe the next steerings can yield me a Fleshraker. Would be pretty good. Broodscale. Well, it seems worth playing. Whoops. Alright, my bad. This cavern has been in play for so long that it has escaped me. That's an excellent top card. Attack for 6. Capo Bards. Capo Bards is good. Guess I'll just attack and thank you for the raid, Machine La Machina. There is a chance there is a kill underneath the Mystic Forge. But drawing the Broodscale for the next turn is also a kill. And if I don't play anything, it seems impossible to die. I wouldn't die against Bowmasters, I wouldn't die to Murktide Regent. Plus another spell even. Yeah, Thought Scour probably the only plausible way to do that, so. Guess that I can't do much else, but it does require the Scour to hit more stuff if I wait, so that's a reason for waiting. Dobra, nakurwiamy mieczur z Czubiksa. Mystic Forge actually often kind of sucks to play with. You keep thinking you're going to cast so many spells with it and then you barely cast any. Can be countered. Oh yeah. Broodscale proved to be fairly nice. Frog struggled versus Saga so much. How come they played 10,000 Harbingers of the Seas? Sometimes Karn just blanks your opponent's deck randomly though, true. But I find it unethical to do, so I don't care. Ravagan. Can draw a Fleshraker, so I probably just shouldn't play anything. Like, I don't think I care to cycle the bauble just yet. Mystic Frog. O Jezu, kumplu. Co to ma być za start? He didn't even use the treasure from Ragavan. Should I cycle the Mishra's Bauble? I really don't think it matters. I guess it is of no help. I can't think of it being of help. If I draw a Fleshraker, then it seems okay. But going turn 2/1/1 Ballista against an opponent who played a Ragavan on the play. I guess we're technically taking advantage of the fact that it's merely a 1-toughness creature, but it's already done its job. Oh yeah. Maybe I actually kill the Ocelot Pride and just let them have the treasures. Prove that Ocelot Pride is better than Ragavan right here. Exile my Urza Saga. Cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard a Plains. No wykurwiliście tutaj. No to co, dajemy Broodscale i co, ewolucja czy drugi? Chyba ewolucja. And then I'll just draw a blade and Mox is gonna be useless. You draw Felia, cool. It's funny that I instantly drew Fleshraker as my first card after I cycled my Bauble, but I guess such is life sometimes. Bombardment. Cavern of Souls. Okay. Ragavan will fly. I guess I'll block this. No, my Blade of the Bloodchief. A creature dies, it triggers off your opponent's stuff. Okay, maybe I'm not in the worst spot ever. Would like to block the Guide of Souls. Maybe I'll do that by going Fleshraker. Mox. I could save Boseiju to hit the bombardment. Does that realistically happen this game? I don't quite think so. Oh wow. Love to see that. Oh wow, whoa. Really? That's your play. Maybe I do want to keep Boseiju in my hand. And then I'll just exile draw. Because otherwise they like hit my Scion anyway, so it doesn't seem very valuable. Not even. Kurwa, no nie wiem co tu robić. Rumble looks for the blade. Which is what I want now, right? Will I realistically use Boseiju on this Goblin Bombardment this game? Not really. Will I realistically want to play land? If it's an Urza Saga, then yes. Dobra, nie wiem jak to grać. Strasznie trudny medżol. Very hard turn. But also opponent just kind of killed themselves, so that made it easier. They play Boros, not Mardu. Mox Opal Shining again. Ballista on top. Do I care to draw a Ballista? Not quite. I guess I do. Imagine if opponent resolved the Onion Ring. Well, I would resolve mine as well. So we would be even. Except I would die because their combo is Goblin Bombardment, which is unavoidable damage, and my combo is some Broodscale. Bullshitting, which needs a payoff to convert and needs not to get disrupted by a removal spell. Arena of Glory. Moreover, imagine if opponent grabbed Giganta last turn and now would have attacked me with a hasty Giganta with Arena of Glory. That would change everything. Pyromancer chilling in the graveyard. It's not sorcery speed only, you can use it. Holy shit, very good chicken sounds. I should pull them first, but I don't. Might actually be relevant for a Metalcraft. Seems like they're drawing grey land, so no matter what I do, it's fine. If they play third parlor, they can get flash maybe, but with no haste. Oh wow! I mean, I think if my opponent hadn't sacrificed their 2 Guide of Souls for no reason, then they would have been able to deal the last 8 damage to me by attacking me, but thankfully they just did. So I guess I'll bring Nature's Claims in as energy as a matchup where they will be potentially using Stony Silence. They have Bombardment. Maybe Claim is a bit excessive to try to find out, because how many Stonies realistically they are there in their deck? It's just a few. Moon, yeah. Sarmardu energies. Boros energies. Pasterze. 2.1 and 54%, so let's play 3 claims. Seems rough to win through Stony. Chwała na wysokości, a pokój. Holy shit, opponent is playing a graveyard deck with flash, so my Soul Guide Lantern is actually not so good. I mean, there's somewhat valid to keep a Soul Guide, but we can also try to use Kozilek's command when it's relevant. Right, I'll cut random cards and let's go. I like how companions are so terribly designed that they added 3 mana to their cost and still had to ban a bunch in multiple formats. What I do like more is that they had points where they could just say over, that's over, no more companions. Just you can't actually have a companion. But then they didn't, they never did. Let's get Blade. It's gonna be tough to beat this Ocelot Pride. Could, if I kept Eldrazi Temple, I could grab Kozilek's Commando and cast it next turn. Are you Team Relic or Team Soul Guide? I guess this deck doesn't use its graveyard at all. It should play Relic, no Soul Guide. Is there some secret graveyard usage I'm missing? I think it's literally 0. I think Relic is a better card if you... Like, and Relic you could actually plausibly have against a Frog deck and it would be good. Soul Guide sucks. So I just net decked and played the wrong one. Bombardment. Well, that's so rough. Why are we still main decking Mite? It's to destroy non-creature artifacts and enchantments. Hope that helps. Let's go, Blood Moon. Werther. Bros, that's brutal. Although we do have a plan, which is to kill the bombardment with Boseiju. Interesting that they killed the Springleaf Drum and not my Blade. Just wanted to mana screw me, I guess. The Blade is not really an issue, we can keep up a removal. And I can't really threaten the combo much. Johnny. I'm Boseijuing the bombardment now. Can't let you flip a Johnny. Which means I'll get 2 Ajani Brother tokens. Because they are reaching Ascend. Not a ton, like, if no removal I can win next turn. If removal I can't win. I think my opponent doesn't have 14 damage on board, but very well could have with a Arena of Glory, and they do have a removal, so... Wasn't Ajani completed? He was, but then he uncompleted anyways, but this is also from pre-completion time. This is Ajani when he first became Ajani Vengeant and he fought against Nicol Bolas in Ajani Vengeant versus Nicol Bolas dual decks. All of the Flipwalkers showcase the Planeswalkers. Awakening. Don't know about Mystic Forge against Energy, it seems extremely costly and I don't think doesn't seem like I can afford it. Maybe I'll cut 1. Get a Springleaf. Maybe I just don't have enough mana whatsoever to spend on that. Serio, Dismembera nie włożyłeś się tak na potworach? No serio. Co następne? Nie włożę... No już nie chcę mówić czego nie włożę następnym razem. Na jaki deck? Well, I don't have much choice not to play a Fleshraker, given that I saved the Bauble. Not dying. Still, I guess I just don't want to play the blade now. I just benefit in no way from doing that. Let's use the bubble first in case that they secretly are Mardu, because their smart flats made me wonder, but they were just Boros. So I guess I wasted a tiny bit of value. I really dislike playing with Mishra's Bauble. It's like you can gain the small advantage of looking at your opponent's card, but it asks you to optimize in ways that aren't fun to me. Not nice. With no green mana, it's gonna be a bit challenging. There's only 5 green producing lands in my deck, I think. 3 growth, 2 forest, 2 Boseiju, 7. Okay, that's better. Best draws would be Kozilek's command. Another Fleshraker, perhaps. They didn't kill the first one, so a second one could help me. And a forest, I guess, to cast my Rumbles. Saga would be not so bad. Of course, they very well might just cast Flash and kill my Fleshraker, and that's gonna be a bit devastating because I'll have a hard time winning before anything like that gets defeated. Kozilek's command is one of the best draws. Probably will use it to exile Flash Johnny, but I also really would want to draw a card, so it's a tough decision. Seems like their hand is reactive, so if I do target a Johnny with Kozilek's command, they just simply kill their cat warrior and I can punish them for that. Exiling Flash is okay. They do get to 5 cards and another fetch, just lets them escape next turn. Trzeba odpowiedzi. A, dobry pomysł w sumie. Nie pomyślałem o tym. And how many spawns I suck is a tough question, right? I do really want a green source. Let's keep 1 in play. This way I should have also exiled their second martial arts, but nie chciałem się już odklikiwać. Bottom. 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 Top. It seemed like suits, so maybe they don't have removal for Ajani. Niskat. Nie wiem, kurwa, jak to zrobić wszystko. If I draw a Greenland, I guess I can cast a Rumble this turn, which sounds good. No i o to chodzi, Zerkuwa. That's the truth. The Stone Silence certainly is not making things any easier. No mam claim, ale co, mam go kipnąć? Kurwa. No nie sądzę. I guess using Darksteel Citadel means that you're so much weaker versus Stony Silence, partially because it takes lots of what would be probably Prismatic Vista with fetches, then you would have more sources of green. Failure is so funny. Wait, what? To jest a triczek. I guess I can't use them. I thought they were gonna kill my token. But I can't run failure. Seems more worthwhile to my opponent. But in any ways, failure seems funnily out of place. So everything in the energy deck is powerful, and Kalia is seems kinda weak. What is interesting is that this game I would have not drawn green mana even if there was no Stony Silence. Well, there was a Mox Opal offered to me, so I guess I would grab that, but... No nie. Mam dość. Holy shit. Andrea Mengucci, hello. Hi, what deck are you playing in Prague? Titanos? Yes, assuredly. We got the sword. Guess I'll choose a land, given that it's actually not really a choice. Any order, bro, I don't care. I shoot Eldrazi spawn token. I play a Johnny. How could I beat a Johnny bombardment and likely a discharge on top of that with my Broodscale? Seems impossible. How about Fleshraker? Blades Lantern? Which gives me 2 Scions, spawns rather. My opponent gets to kill the Fleshraker, Johnny 0. Hi, oh kurwa no.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Of course, this card is overpowered.
How can he slide?
You can't do anything about it. If I rumble, I can find some cards, but I don't know what they would do. Pick up Pound, thank you for the sub. Do I have Forge? I do. But I just have no... Like, Forge doesn't help when I'm getting beaten down by this. This deals like 8 damage per turn. You can take 1 combat. 1 more combat I have to win next turn. Which seems tough to do. Needle Mite. Maybe I should board it Needle. Masters, I take 1. Then the cat flies. Then it's 4, 7, 3, 7. That's dead. No dobra. I could survive 1 more combat. ... At best. Right, claims for Stony. Kurwa no serio, Dismember, nie. Needle seems pretty rough against Meltdowns, okay against Stony. Can try Needle, we can name Ajani. Then maybe we can try to use Forge. Maybe let's try and make Mox Opal for being weak to Stony. Haywire Mite, it's not so good against Stony. And let's reduce Stony's harm again. No znowu serio Xerkuwa. Well, we make constructs. Probably cycle the Bauble instantly. It's a Bowmaster's deck as well, so we do want to. Back in now, it's also a Falsies deck, so actually who the heck knows. Cutting a Mox Opal, haha, very nice, formerly banned card. This used to be a pretty common strat to trim Mox Opals in sideboarding against Stony Silences, and it is a line of thought that makes perfect sense, right? Holy shit, that's a great draw. I think I'll play it now, because I can make the Saga construct, so I do want to cycle them. They need to play removal, which is not free, they can't just flash it just yet. And if I don't play it, I can't combo next turn anyways, even if they tap out. Static Prism, that's actually really nice into my Nature's Claim. Keeping mana up though, so I think this turn it's time to make a construct. Also, even if I claimed, I need to equip and I need the spawn, which I don't have, so even if I wanted to, I can't combo. Alright, chat, I have a tip for you. It's common, at least amongst my family, but I think many polls and maybe even non-polls to gift Lindor chocolate balls for Christmas or similar. I learned this Christmas that I prefer them from the fridge. That's because I ate a few that's been laying in my car. And they were so much better when they actually got cold and a bit more crunchy. So I recommend that. Did I cut the mite? This is a good spot for the mite, kinda? Not really. It's not. It never really occurred to me to eat fruit chocolate, but it's actually turned out to be really good. Mmm. What do I needle Mesa to begin with? Well, it's too late to do that. I think I still prefer naming Nakadl Avenger. No jebnę mu co tam 6, to 1/3 HP, to jest przecież... Naming a read mesa is funny, but also seems just quite bad. Sus. My opponent's going to melt down me. It's going to be sad. You would deny mana, card in grave or 2, and interaction on current turn. Yeah, but they don't interact on current turn. It seems like I would deny them the Surveil, which is like fine. Whatever. Now I melt down na Cheskai. 4 mana, what's that? What's 4 mana? Wrath of the Skies? No nie. To jest normalne? I guess it's an energy card and it's an energy deck, but... Never seen a person do that. Kurwa, no i co? No chuj, no. I guess everything dies, so Johnny lives. Honestly, the answers that energy gets to play, they are so strong. Turns out Arid Mesa was the correct name. Could have not attacked to play around Wrath of the Skies. Didn't think of playing around Wrath of the Skies though, I have to admit. Can play the Forge. But it seems like no matter what I do, I cannot raise this Ajani. No to miał Broodscala, no to by było, wiesz... Elegancko wtedy. Pff. O ja pierdolę. No nie wiem, zagram już kurwa to Forge'a, ale... Broodscale. Exile the Broodscale, look for something better. Such as Post-Combat Scryland, Surviland. Dobra, jedziemy z Chuba Mox. O to chodzi. Rumble. Ja pierdolę, no, naprawdę. No dobra. Blade. Kozilek's Commando. I agree. In fact, one could argue that post-combat survival is just wrong. When you can instead kill, but sometimes we all make mistakes. Ocelot Pride. I z czegoś kurwa taki dumny jesteś, frajerze, znowu, no. Non stop tylko. Kurwa, Pride i Pride, nie? Pride Month. Can spend claim to gain mana, life. I am on trying to spend all of my mana plan. Kurde, no miał discharge'a, no nie wierzę. What now? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I should probably bottom this Saga. I will, in fact. Even though I can make a land drop this turn, I don't want to draw it. I drew a commando. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No to wypierdolmy jeszcze to. Że jest coś pod spodem. Oj. Guess just need to hit the Broodscale. And also need not to die, of course, which is challenging. And also need my opponent not to have a removal spell. Which, given that they have 2 cards in hand and they didn't kill me with either of those, seems unlikely. Well, the Forge kind of put up a fight, sort of, but what I don't like about the Broodscale deck is that it's really bad at playing from behind, but it also spends its early mana on Stealings and Rumbles all the time, so just gets behind. Well, this hand has to win. But just the general composition of the deck is that you have a lot of ways to die. But not a lot of ways to catch up. You just spend all of your mana early on cantripping, and if your opponent plays it on Ocelot Pride, it just cascades. Green Pyroclasm when? Well, it does sound sensible to play Kozilek's Return. In this deck, it makes some sense, right? But like a start like this, how are you supposed to beat it otherwise? But just holds up a removal and your combo gets stopped by removal. If I play Broodscale, they just can't even not cast a removal. They might even not, they don't even need to have it, they can just cast a flash. So playing that Broodscale sounds bad. Are there only energy decks in this bracket? Seems like it. So the second card copies the tokens. No, just the normal way still. Kiszenie potwora. I mean, it's just true. It is simply true. O ja pierdolę, ale mi wykurwia moją jaszczurę. Now they will make many cuts. No! The nightmare card, bombardment again. I just die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They make 2 cuts and 4 cuts, which is way more than needed to kill me. It's fine, there's no Traptor. Bro, I missed Traptor. At least sometimes they flipped the One Ring with it on turn 2 and nothing happened because they couldn't cast it yet, so they actually spent 2 mana on a 2/1 first strike. Which in some boards, some games was sort of irrelevant. No nie, no kurwa Dismemberem przecież w Ocelot Pride'a to jest... Przecież to nic się nie da i tak, no. To jest 0 pomocy będzie. The claim sucked so far as well. Because you can't cast it to beat Stony either. You need to play more Is It Static Caster? I was thinking of Is It Static Caster. I think I suggested it to Jendrek the other day too. Somewhat ironically, but I can see how Broodscale's 40% versus energy postering. It really seems like a bad matchup, yeah. Seems horrible. So I never feel like I have mana to spend on Rumble. Because I spend mana and nothing happens, and they spend mana and also Pride happens. It's a bit rough. A deck like this feels like it should maybe be interested in running some protection spells for the Broodscale. It would kind of make sense, right, to protect your combo piece. Because as it is, it's just mono colorless green. It just runs out the combo just raw dog and hopes that your opponent can't interact, but yeah, it does seem like maybe you just want to play Snakeskin Veil. But Mulgan 4, so there is a chance. But I also kept a 1-lander that can't cast any spells, so draws a card and create 0 Scions. Let's go. BG MDFC better. Ah, maybe. No nie, no i co? 4 karty, Plains, Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, and I'm just gonna fucking die to that so hard. Oh no. No nie. No nie. Oh. Second Plains, the ugliest Plains in existence as well. Oi, 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 oi. Oh. Okay, we drew a forest. Does it help if I Ballista down the Ocelot Pride? Seems like it. I don't have the combo, so deploying a Broodscale seems flow value. Amulet player keep. No nie, no ciągle ten bombardment mi tutaj będzie zasuwać. Kolego. Bros, I've read a post in the hard testing Discord from a player playing energy saying that bombardment seemed disappointing overall. But how could it be the case when it's literally the best card ever? Kurwa, no ja pierdolę, ten Mox nic nie robi w tym deku. Ale to depresja. For the strategy game, the music is hard to be listened. 10-minute timeout for bitching. Stare into a land, play Broodscale to have enough mana on the next turn. It's about the only thing I can think of. Dobra, Bladzik. I co? Kurwa, nie wiem co, jajco chyba. No, bierzemy Bladziki i co? I sramy sobie ryja. Draw Darksteel Citadel next turn for 2 extra mana. Basically, Darksteel Citadel is a soul land. After which, I guess I have no outs, but I can claim my own Citadel, so that helps me survive. Why does this sound like System of a Down? That's because the song is Spice Girls Wanna Be in the style of System of a Down, feat Mac Glocky. So you could say they were rather successful. No nie, no zabił mnie. I just died. Move to 4, don't matter. No czuję się absolutnie zdominowany przez tych energicznych agentów tutaj. The first match was pretty nice and pretty easy. But the energy, the 3 energy matchups in a row, holy guacamole. They were a struggle. I am planning to play the Super Q later. I will not stream it though. Keep. Happy to see a Misty Rainforest pass instead of just killing me. Could go Citadel Blade, pass. Next turn, Saga Mox, Fleshraker, Bauble. I mean, sounds... Well, do I really have alternatives, right? Maybe cycling the Bauble yet, but... No, but doesn't seem to make much sense. If I draw Eldrazi Temple, I probably would play Eldrazi Temple and then Opal and Bauble. Misty for Xander's launch with some Leyline Binding. Mana base building, red and sex, okay. Plays out a Boseiju, so probably short on lands. Alright, let's go with the plan. I think I played the Saga on turn 2, maybe saving it, So I can play a Fleshraker number 2 next turn, would make sense, but Flash. Release, I'll be able to soul guide the Flash. Seems challenging to Flash. To beat Flash with Fleshraker.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Punishing Fire against Assault Pride and Guide would have been funny. True. Imagine your opponent flages you and you just get to return your Punishing Fire. So good. Whoa, no Flash, they fetch a Breeding Pool. Not casting Flash with that. Odd choice, but you do you. The pause might indicate that that's not what I meant, probably. Narset, holy shit. That was unexpected. Okay, let's Fleshraker twice, double Fleshraker. Maybe we can kill. Given that my opponent fetched for a Narset for no reason instead of not doing that. Like if they flage my Fleshraker, they don't die, but now they do. Because I even equipped the blade now. For an extra point. Rose double Fleshraker is so fun to click through because it just deals so much. This game was pretty impressive. Again, opponent kind of donated by chilling there and not trying to kill my monster for no reason. They probably just misfetched, as I said. Soul Guide is probably pretty bad, but maybe we can keep it. Springleaf Drum seems pretty bad in the deck overall. It's a little bit hard to turn on with the amount of creatures available. Just 8 plus a Fleshraker, but that's a free drop. Plus the Fleshraker idiots, plus the Kozilek's Commando idiots. Plus the constructs, but plus the mites. So we do have a large amount of monsters, but it's a bit hard to actually keep one in play. Could have Needle against a Planeswalker deck, but I typically don't like that approach because you need a Planeswalker and they just kinda can kill the Needle if they care, and if they can just not kill it if they don't care. It's probably binding deck, so Might can hit the binding at least. No, it's not one on Derek. This seems not good at all. Just playing Broodscales on turn 2 and 3, it's really weak. It's really weak, basically. It just doesn't do anything. This hand, though. Honestly, like the Broodscale part of this deck kinda sucks, but the Fleshraker is nice. Not sure if it's good, but it's nice. If opponent just plays Flash and you pay 3 mana for Fleshraker and they kill it, it's a little bit rough, but so many hands without green. We do have 7 plus 6, 13 green sources, which is not that many. Which I guess is the cost of playing Darksteel Citadel, which I guess is the cost of playing Mox Opal, which I guess is a green source, so it's an unescapable perpetual hell. Prismatic ending my blade. fair. Okay, we found green mana. I summon Fleshraker and hope that you won't just flage it down and leave me cringing and dying. Maybe the guy running the green talismans was onto something. Green talismans. I'm not excited to tap my green talisman to take damage and play Ancient Steerings, which is a cantrip, so it just kind of suggests that I will need to keep playing the game, taking more damage from my talisman. It's all gonna add up and be a problem, so maybe. That doesn't sound clearly great. GSZX3, Grist. This deck is funny. No dobra, no ale jedziemy Fleshrakera. No co innego. Disturbia. I'm disturbed by. Holy shit, they really will not let Fleshraker trigger ever again this game. The previous one scarred them. I tried GSZ, which is probably one of their best draws. And I try Springleaf Drum, which is probably one of my worst draws. I guess GSZX2 probably has nothing to search besides Halfling, so... Oof. Well, I guess oof. I mean, we do have a removal for oof, Glitchly in hand, so... Could be worse. Decent draw. Seems like a Mystic Forge game. Could play the Forge now, but I don't think I will. Maybe it's good to play it. But this spawn seems valuable. O kurwa, Charmo. Walking Ballista, X1, let's go. Miecz szefa. Dobra, idziemy. Am I gonna play the Super Q now that a bit of time has passed since the ban update? Am I enjoying the format? Yes, yes. A, keep stop. No może się przydać. Ale też niekoniecznie, bo to nie jest tak, że nie chcesz dobrać koniecznie Grove of the Burnwillows. Bo wolę sobie użyć Mystic Forge. Nie chcę na keep stopa. Dobrać Grove i użyć Mystic Forge, żeby drugiego ląda wykurwić. Bo i tak jak jest spell na człowiek, tego zagrywasz. Only works badly if I flip. Rumble or Steerings. Bobel. Kozilek Commando, bro. Let's look for the blade. Am I playing the Super Qualifier today, chat? Yes, I am. I'm glad you are all so interested in whether I'm playing in it, although, as I said, I will not be streaming it, so checkmate nerds. Nawet mnie zabił tego? Co za typ. Duro. Fleshraker. Is Merfolk still bad? Probably. Yeah, found the blade. So now we can study the blade, chat. Two free league. We beat all non-energy decks. Curious. We did not lose a game versus non-energy. Are you sure? Because I think I scooped game 2 on this match. When I got this Breath of the Sky? No, that was a different match. Holy shit. Incredible. Chłopie, kurwa, masz taki przycisk F6, nie? Na klawiaturze. Nie wiem, czy znasz. Zna Conquerę przynajmniej. $50 play points.